Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob from the Campbell Chronicles and thanks for joining us today. Here on this channel we talk about all things family, travel, and Disney, and so if any of those are of value to you, definitely consider subscribing because you're not going to want to miss out on some fun plans that we have in store. Lately I've done quite a few videos on Disney cruising because it's honestly probably my favorite type of vacationing right now. Being able to go out and enjoy the high seas and just be able to relax aboard a Disney cruise and see the world while your hotel moves with you. It's just really fun. I really enjoy it. Lately I've been doing a series called Disney Cruises for Beginners. Today's video is going to be for those folks, but also maybe for the folks who have done some cruising but not on Disney. We're going to talk about the best sailings that you should try if it's your first time aboard a Disney cruise. Now we're going to break this up into two categories. The first category is going to be for the person who has never sailed before but they know they want to try Disney. The second category is going to be for the person who has sailed before but hasn't tried the Disney Cruise Line yet. So let's start with the number one, the person who has not sailed before but knows they want to try Disney. And for that one, because you haven't sailed before, let's face it, everybody's different. Every body type is different. Some people can get motion sick when it comes to the seas. Sometimes when you go out sailing, it can be smooth as glass. And sometimes it can be choppy. It can be a little rougher waters. That's largely due to the time of year you go. So when it comes to the first sailing for anybody, I definitely recommend a time of the year that is not during hurricane season, so not during the fall, if you can help it. If that's the only time you can go, I would still say give it a shot. But know that you can get into some rougher waters, especially if you're looking at sailing around the Caribbean or the Bahamas. Just know that the weather in the fall time with the hurricane season can get kind of crazy. For that reason, I would definitely look at something in the spring, the March times, the February, even the later ends of winter before it gets too hot in the summer. So like March, April-ish. That's going to be some good, fairly good shots when it comes to the Caribbean and the Bahamas as far as smooth water. I've been on a couple different cruises when it comes to that time of year, and I have to say I've had a little bit of both, but nothing crazy. Nothing like over the top, you know, throw you overboard because it's rocking so much. Nothing like that. And so definitely check out that time. But as far as itineraries specifically, definitely check out the Bahamas, definitely check out the Caribbean. The Disney Dream has those 3 to 4 night sailings, and I would start there first because if you haven't sailed before, you don't really know what cruising is about, it's a good price point to start out with Disney. It's not going to be your most expensive. Let's face it, Disney's product is not a cheap one. You're going to spend a couple $1,000s if you're going with a couple people on some of these cruises, and it goes in like 3 or 4 nights. That's a lot of money, but it's also a lot cheaper than going on like a 5, 6, or 7 night or even more. So if you're just looking at cruising Disney for the first time, definitely check out some of those 3 to 4 night itineraries aboard the Disney Dream. That's going to get you a good taste of what it's like. Our first Disney cruise was actually aboard the Disney Magic, but we had sailed before and we went on a 5-night sailing on one of the Marvel Day at Sea cruises, and it was a blast. We loved it, but we had already had a taste of what it's like to go cruising, so we weren't really shocked by the waters that we experienced, if that makes sense. Now the second group I want to talk to you a little bit about, the folks that have already gone on a cruise but haven't cruised Disney yet. What itinerary do you look at? Well, if you're okay with a little bit rougher seas, there's a couple that I would highly recommend, and I kind of already hit on it once earlier, is try out one of their specialty cruisings. Either their Marvel Day at Sea, their Star Wars Day at Sea, their Maritime Christmas sailings, or their Halloween on the High Seas. This is gonna be one of your most fun, and I would definitely look at one of those 4 as far as a Disney experience. The Marvel Day at Sea and the Star Wars Day at Sea are going to provide you with just 1 day aboard that cruise that's just going to be devoted specifically to that theme. So like on our Marvel Day at Sea cruise, we went and it was just 1 day. Most of the Disney characters went away. They took the day off except for Mickey and Minnie and a few others. And we got to hang out with the Marvel gang. We got to go hang out with Tony Stark, and they were doing a Stark Expo aboard our ship, and it was great. The story, the theming, it's all there. So if you like those things, you're probably going to want to check out one of those. And the Star Wars Day at Sea theme is very similar to that. Darth Vader and the Empire come over and take over the ship as they're searching for rebel spies. And you get to check it out and meet a bunch of new characters, including some Jawas that try to trade some of their treasures for some of yours, and it is just a blast. So definitely check that out if you're new to cruising Disney, because it's going to give you an experience that you can't get on any other cruise line. Shortly followed by the Halloween at High Seas and the Maritime Christmas sailings. Those are going to be very, very Disney. If you're not the hugest Disney fan, but you still want to try it out, I would definitely lean more towards the Star Wars Marvel because they're going to be very unique. And then you get a taste of their customer service and what Disney's cruise line is all about. I've met people who are not even Disney fans who will only sail Disney strictly because of the customer service they receive while aboard one of the Disney Cruise Line ships. Also, with the new Disney Wish coming out, for anybody, the Disney Wish itineraries in the beginning would be good for somebody who's just getting started too, because they're 3 or 4 nights. They're going to be the Bahamas and that sort of thing. But they might be during some of the hurricane season if you go later, or during the summer when it's really hot outside. So just keep that in mind. But also the Disney Wish, eventually as it gets out of its inaugural season, they'll move on and do other cruises, which we're not entirely sure on all the details yet. That is going to be a lot of fun with the Disney Wish being added to the fleet. And then soon to follow, we have 2 more Disney ships. So if you want to sail on some of the most technologically advanced ships that are available, this summer, Disney's launching the Disney Wish. So you definitely want to check that out, whether you're a veteran cruiser or maybe just a first-time cruiser looking to get their feet wet, so to speak, when it comes to cruising. That's going to about wrap it up for us today. That's the 2 things I want to put out there real quick. Hopefully you found value in this and it helped somebody out there. If it did, hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Disney cruising in the comments below. Is it something you're trying to plan and haven't done yet? Or maybe something that you're still trying to wrap your head around spending that much money for? I've done other videos about whether or not Disney cruises are worth it, so go check those out. I'll make sure I have links to those in the description. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time, and remember, adventure is out there.